to the first race of a new series in the MRC. It's called the MEC. Tonight you join us for the first round at Le Mans. We are doing a multi-class race with Group 1 and Group 3 cars. And before I carry on, let me just make sure that you can all hear me. Come on, pop up live. Give me a second, guys, because I did do this commentary last night and didn't have any comms at all. Cool, I can hear myself. Lovely stuff. Right, so after 15 minutes of qualifying, we have P-Gib in pole, and in second place we have Faithless Emo. In third we have Brucey. In fourth we have Staffy. In fifth place we have Bowman. And in sixth place we have Bazza. And that's the top 6 for the Group 1 cars. And for pole, or technically pole for the Group 3 cars, we have Fubuki, and then we have Midnight. In third we have Edwin. In fourth we have Phil. In fifth we have Scott. And then in sixth we have Golden Brownie. In seventh we have Surfer Ev. In 8th place we have Pilgrim, and last but not least we have Valtteri. So right, let's get these drivers going. Let's jump to the front of the pack and watch them start the race. I will go through the rules and regulations for the race as we go along this evening. As you can see, the Group 1 cars will pull away from the Group 3s quite quickly down the straights, and everyone seems to make it through the first chicane. Relative issues. Let's see if the Group 3s coming down the hill, they all seem to be turned out quite nicely. Surfers already under attack from Pilgrim. Before we've even made the Mulsanne straight. Everyone seems to be for the first sector nice and cleanly, so we've got Pilgrim already under attack from Faithless Emo coming into the first chicane at the Mulsanne. It does go around the outside, does run a little bit deep, but sticks it. And it does mean that Pilgrim will have the slipstream down this next part of the straight, and see if we'll take that to advantage. Looks like he's already alongside him. Stick to the action for the moment. Bruce is probably just sitting there in third place, just waiting for something to happen between these two. P-Gib looks like he's just pulled out to let Faithless Emo go. It's turned in, and Brucey gets a lovely drive out the corner and gets it past P-Gib. They're all still staying with each other at the moment, but that's what we expect from lap 1. Buzz has picked up a penalty for getting past Bowman at the moment, coming into the Mulsanne corner. Has anyone made any moves in the Group 3s? It looks like they're all still lying astern from the start. Scott looks to be going side by side with Phil coming into the Mulsanne corner as well. Phil just must have picked up a penalty there, I didn't see that a second ago. Scott pulled back in behind, and these front 6 of the Group 3s are just pulling away from Pilgrim, Surfer and Valtteri at the moment. I wonder if there was a And it could be because of Surfer starting on the racing hard tyres. That's why they've dropped off a little bit whilst they've had to get past him. It actually looks like he's going to sit behind Surfer coming into Indianapolis and Arnage. So we've got up front again, and Group 1's absolutely flying through the Porsche curves. Coming up to the end of lap 1. Purple team just pulling out a little bit of a lead over Piga, but nothing to worry about at the moment. We've still got a very long time to go in this race. She's still just second and third, just waiting for one of these two to make a little mistake and capitalise like he did on Piga coming out the second chicane on the Mulsanne. Staffy has dropped off, but he has started on the racing hard tyres and beat the front three. Yes, they did. They all started on racing softs. So that'll be why he's dropping off from the front three there. Bowman and Basil. Bowman on racing hards as well, and Basil on the racing medium. So these second next group of guys, and Bowman goes wide there. Ooh, not much I don't think Basil could have done, but jump on board. Bowman kind of pulled back onto the racing line at the last second there, with Basil needing the wide essentially, he can get him into that corner onto the Mulsanne straight. So Bowman got reset from his issues of going wide on that corner, so that's going to set him back good 20 seconds or so from Basil in 5th. It's probably allowed Boogie and the rest of the Group 3s to catch up, which it has. Boogie's slightly pulled out a tiny advantage over Midnight at the moment, but these three seem to be breaking away from Scott, Phil and Golden Brownie, who have made the next three drivers on the line. So seems to be working in threes at the moment, everyone in the Group 3 category. Golden Brownie picking up a half second, going a bit deep coming into the first of the Mulsanne chicane, getting on the loud pedal a bit too early as well. Hasn't seemed to have lost any ground on Phil. Obviously the slipstream is going to be pulling him along down the long old Mulsanne straight. He actually seems to have dropped Surfer off, but Surfer is on the harder set of tyres. And we have lost Phil. Grim, I think. Just going through. Yes, Phil has dropped out from the race at the moment. Might have been a server issue or some sort. I know we had some bad weather at the end of last week when this race happened, so we could have had a power cut. But back to the racing, and Golden Brownie put alongside Phil. When we make the move, no, decides to drop back in behind. So waiting for maybe a better drive out of this corner to connect into Indy and Arnage. But Phil seems to have jumped up to the back of Scott. It looks like he might be trying to make a move. Which would be very brave, coming side by side into the right kink into Indianapolis. Scott just obviously lifts off there and just lets Phil have position. Clearly didn't want to go side by side into Indianapolis, but Golden Brownie will be serving this penalty in a second, and Edwin is serving a penalty now. So Midnight should be getting past, which he does. It's just going to let Fabuki get a little bit further ahead from these two guys here. see how Group 1s are getting on. Yes, Focusing is definitely just pulled out a tenth or two over the laps. He's done 3:26.2. They've done exactly the same lap time the last time round, to the 1,000th of a second. Quite incredible seeing how long this track is and how unpredictable sometimes these cars can be. Focusing already 9/10 off on this lap from the previous one. Obviously he is burning his fuel down, and they have started on 60% fuel for the race, and they will have to use all three tyre compounds, so soft, medium and hard, with a minimum of 3 laps per set of tyres. So it would be like an out lap, a fast lap and then an in lap. And it sounds like P-Gibbs just made an awful mistake there. Let's have a jump on board of P-Gibb coming out the second part of the chicane. Getting on the loud pedal too early. It surely is. Gets a little bit of front end damage, but this is still facing in the right direction. And that's what Bruce is waiting for little mistakes just to pick up the pieces from the two guys in front, which he's already done one of them, so let's see if he can catch up to Focusino and make some ground on him. Staffy already dropped off the back of these, but obviously with an hour-and-a-half race to be run, he's obviously gone for the harder tyre to start with, to light fuel, the worst tyre, making the most of it at the moment, so it will come back to him near the end of the race, I'm sure, when he goes onto the softs and the front three have to run a different set of tyres. Others just pulled away from Bowman, but then Bowman did have that reset at the beginning of the Mulsanne on lap 2, so that'd be why there's a big gap between the two of them at the moment, but Bowman probably will end up catching back up, because again he is on the harder tyre and Baz is on the medium, so once again obviously different tyre strategies coming into play from the beginning of the race. Going back to the Group 3s as they come down into Mulsanne corner. The Groupies still got that little bit of lead of 1.5 to 2 seconds. And Midnight and Edwin fighting it out. And Phil and Scott were going side by side, but they've got back into line to go around the corner. And Jordan Brown with another second penalty, so he's kicking up left, right and centre at the moment, it seems, which isn't going to help his cause of staying with these two. Valtteri's kind of a bit of a no man's land at the moment, in between Golden Brownie and Surfer, probably about the same distance of about 10 seconds or so, maybe a little bit more. But Surfer's obviously playing a long game with his Harrison Hards on, as the majority of the Group 3s think have all started on the softs. Yes, they have, so he's the only one to run the hards. Edwin there serving another penalty. Oh no, he won't be serving the stuff, he's up too late to serve it in this lap, so he'll be serving at the end in a lap's time. And looking aggressive to try and get past Edwin, as he thinks he's faster through the Porsche curves. There's not much you can really do around this part of the track. It's very much a one line through these corners. When you run that off wide, you're going to get marbles and dirt in the tyres, and that's it, you're going to be off on the next corner and the following corner after that. It does look like Phil and Scott are catching up to the back of Midnight at the moment. It's hard to say about the timing on the left hand side. The downside of doing a replay, you don't get that during the race. Golden Brownie's definitely had issues last couple of laps with penalties, and I'm sure with this strategy that can be played out, that he'll end up catching back up to the guys in front of him. I'm sure they'll start to squabble and slow each other up at some point. Yeah, so Luke's got a good 2 to 3 second lead now after only 3 laps round Le Mans, but they're still very tight to each other, and as we saw P-Gib on the previous lap make that mistake, anything can happen, and I'm sure it will during this race. P-Gib, I'm sure P-Gib was in front of Brucey, but they've had to swap around again, so I don't know if P-Gib or Brucey made a mistake and then P-Gib's made another one, but all that time they keep doing that, it's just allowing Focusimo to pull away. But he's absolutely ripping through them racing soft tyres he's got on the car, seeing that, oh no, Brucey and P-Gib are about the same to be fair, but they've got a lot more fuel, so they may end up having been able to do a lot more than Focusimo when it comes to the pit stops, which I would believe Focus would be coming in at the end of this lap maybe. I don't think he'll be able to get 2 laps from about 15% of fuel, not with the pace that he's running at 3 minutes 25. Brucey won at 3 minutes 26 and P-Gib 3 minutes 26. No, so P-Gib has to stay behind Brucey for the time being, and she's just biding his time, just maybe tire himself a bit more fuel to jump him in the pits, so he doesn't have so much fuel to put in, so a bit shorter stop, and to have been pretty close so far for the first 14.5 minutes of the race. There's lying around there on lap 5. He's just coming through the S's now, and he's used a lot less fuel than the guys in front, so clearly just going round, but there's only 3 laps that you can do on hard, so whenever he wants to come in he can, and Bowman has decided to do that himself. He's done 4 laps, so he's done his mandatory 3 that he needed to do. He's come in, he's going to change his tyres, probably onto the mediums or the softs, fill the car right up and see what he can do to catch up with the guys in front. It looks like the Group 3 cars will do another lap, and Phil has gone from 3rd in his pack to the front, so something's obviously happened between Midnight and Edwin for Phil to make that big leap. Maybe a penalty that I've just missed, coming out of Arnage up to the Portrait curves. That means that now this group that was 2 little 2s is now a big old 4, but it is allowing for Dookie just to pull away that little bit more, and there's some tyre squealing going on there. Dookie has absolutely lost his, I would say, about a 4 or 5 second lead that he had pulled out. Let's see what he done. Does he get on the power too early? Ooh, he rides the curve a little bit too much, and with the power on, spins it round, tries to keep out of the way of everyone else. Away he goes, but that's lost him that 5 second lead he had over Phil at the time. Golden Brownie was just there because his headlights behind, just too far back to take advantage of Luki's little 360 that he had there coming onto the start-finish straight, but Luki's going to have to do it all over again to catch up with these guys and try and pull out a lead. And keep an eye on that and see how he gets on with getting through the pack. Looking at the fuel, everyone seems to be about the same, apart from Surfer's got a little bit more fuel, right, he's a bit further behind on the lap, but obviously conserving fuel to go as long as he can on with the 60% that he started with. And as I say that, Focus Emo's coming to the pit, so yeah, clearly didn't have enough fuel to go for the extra lap, but will P. Gibb and Brucey, yes they do. They go round again. The start of lap 6, so that will drop Focus down to 3rd for the moment, but will Staffy get in front of him before he comes out of the pits? He hasn't started putting any fuel in yet, so he may do. It's going to be very close as they get to the pit line, or pit exit. I believe he's now just starting to put fuel in, so Staffy should get him out in front of Focus Emo. He's a bit softs on. No, he had softs on, so see what tyres he puts on. Staffy's gone past him. Will Buzzer make it past as well? It looks like he will. And there is Focus coming out in 5th position at the moment, so he dropped from 1st to 5th, but he's the first of the Group 1 runners to make a pit stop, so we'll see how that unfolds when everyone else has, which will probably be at the end of this lap, seeing how much fuel they had left. And Bowman there is, obviously he's had his pit stop, so that's why he's quite a long way back on the mini-map from everyone else, but he's got his hard run out of the way. He's on his medium tyres for the duration of this stint. They'll find a rhythm, knocking in 3 minute 30 lap times or less, and medium's another couple of seconds slower than the softer tyre. And that's probably one of the harder corners on the track, coming out of the Porsche curves. The little left-hander is a bit off camber and can run you wide, and it surely has. That's giving him another penalty. Phil has kept the lead of the Group 3s at the moment. Midnight hasn't been able to do much about him this lap, but as you know, Midnight has descended, which happened very quickly. Will they be coming in the pit? It looks like Midnight might have enough fuel for another lap here, so he's done very well to keep up with Phil with potentially short shifting, but keeping on obviously in someone's slip does help save some fuel. And so Edwin, Scott, Kabuki, Golden Brownie, Valtteri will all be coming into the pit. Surfer there, potentially do another lap. Looks probably about the same as Midnight. So let's jump up and see. Yep, Phil's in, Edwin's in, Scott is in, Golden Brownie's in, Kabuki is in. We'll see Valtteri coming into the pits. It looked like Midnight, out of all of that, has gone through for another lap. Let's have a look here. Yep, Valtteri's coming to the pit as well, so that is, I believe, 5 or 6 of Group 3 cars all in the pit at the same time. They're all just coming to their pit box now, getting their tyres changed. Fuel will start to commence now, so it's a battle of the pit teams to see who gets out first. And P. Gibb and Brucey have come in as well. Brucey's pit team rocking some purple there. Sounds like that's going past Surf Rev. He's jumped everyone at the moment in the Group 3 table, apart from Midnight, who has carried on for another lap as well. Obviously Surfer will be coming in this lap because his fuel light is flashing red, so he's not going to be able to make another lap round here with flashing red. But Phil's come out as he went into the pit, and Edwin and then Scott and Kabuki just came out behind Scott, so he's really put up to that pack that was there. Scott does go a little bit wide there. I don't know if there's a little touch or Scott just got it wrong, but picks up another half-second penalty. Golden Brownie with another half-second penalty. We've got points for having the penalties. I think Golden Brownie would win at the moment. I think he's picked one up every lap. And Valtteri, after his pit stop as well, he's not too far behind. Not too far behind now. He's only about halfway down this new final straight, and it looks like on the top of the mini-map we have 3 cars coming up to lap the first tail-ender of the Group 3s, which I believe will be Focus Emo, because he's kept his first position after P-Gib and Ferrucci have pitted. And here comes Focus. Gets past nice and easily around Valtteri, and oh, look at these three. Absolutely flying up behind him. I'm saying this for you whilst you can see him whizzing up behind. You can see Focusino's gone by, P-Gib's coming by. Will they? Oh, it's Staffy now in third. I believe Staffy probably hasn't pitted. And Valtteri's keeping out the way. It is the Group 1s that have to make their way safely past Group 3s, and Group 3 stick on their racing line, so Valtteri didn't have to pull over there, but a bit of confusion between the 3 races there, but obviously that's the first race of this new league, so a bit of a ironing out to be done, but it seems to be so far so clean between everyone else racing. As we know, we've got the Group 1s coming up to this big pack of Group 3s up ahead. As you can just see on the mini-map, every little blue triangle is in the far left hand of the track, it seems. So, and Midnight has now come into the pit after running an extra lap than everyone else. So let's see how far Focus is behind, which I believe is Golden Brownie. Just ahead of Focus. Yes, it is. So we'll be making a move past Golden Brownie in a second. We'll have to wait until probably the long right-hander to make a pass. No, he whizzes up the left-hand side there of Golden Brownie. It's a brave move that. Clearly didn't want to lose any time to P-Gib waiting up for that long right-hander, but P-Gib gets past safely as well. Focus already moved past Scott as well, so absolutely flying through this pack. I'm sure you'll see Focus come to picture any second. Maybe move camera. There you go. After 25 minutes they're all coming out to lap, so I would say at the end of this race, Focus goes a bit deep, obviously different line to normal coming into that corner, overtaking Fabuki. But yes, as I was saying, there will probably be 3 laps ahead at the end of this race. Seeing it being an hour and a half race, they're not going to make it 4, not at the pace with the Group 3 guys that they're going. He dives up the inside of Fabuki, coming onto the Mulsanne corner. And he whips past everyone. Midnight running that extra lap on the first stint has made it a little bit more of a gap over Phil, who was in front of him when the pit cycle happened. But Phil's now getting blue flags from Focus. He runs it a little bit deep. Probably getting put off by some flashing lights, I would say, just to let him know that he was coming past. But walked straight into his slipstream, trying to catch up to Midnight as quick as he can, but he's not going to get much slipstream from these cars for very long. So here comes P-Gib, really overtaking, coming into the second part. Yes, he's made that nice and clear. As you can see there, Focusino was flashing at Midnight coming into here, which dives up the inside of him. Focus has definitely lost some time there to P-Gib, fighting through the Group 3 cars, but seeing that Midnight is the first place runner of the Group 3s, that's them two through cleanly. It looks like Brucey is coming up past Phil, so we will only have Midnight to overtake now. A nice alley pink on his Audi. There's Basil and all this. Basil has pitted. He's on his one pit and he's flying that, so this will be his first flying lap after pitting, but he's picked up racing hards, which is a brave choice with the moonlight over the track, with it getting colder and colder, and the hard tyres being the worst out of the 3 available. But obviously his strategists know what he's doing, so that's why he's got the racing hards on, but he has caught up and overtaken Staffy, so these two were the other way round, so Staffy obviously running them hards for longer. It's maybe hindered him for the moment, but he should be catching up fairly quickly, seeing he's now on the racing softs. So there's probably only about 3 or 4 seconds, if that, between the two of these two at the moment. And Bowman seems to be still got that up here, did he? On board. Oh, he looked like he forgot where he was going. And gets reset for his troubles, so lucky the gravel was there to save him. But that's the thing of endurance racing with the 24-hour clock on. The night time is a completely different track to the daytime. You just can't see a thing you're doing, and especially these long straights at Le Mans. You just can't remember where you are on the track, and then suddenly a chicane hits you. But Phil has absolutely rocketed up to the back of Midnight since we were last with them. But Phil is on the racing medium, so that'll be why, because Midnight's on the racing hards. These two Mustangs are fighting for first position at the moment, so let's see if Phil's just going to wait. His team opting to use an extra pair of headlights. Obviously Phil liking to see where he's going, and obviously Midnight, by his name, likes it to be dark. Everyone in Fubuki are battling away here as well, and Scott's either dropped off or Golden Brownie's caught up, which, going by the timing, Golden Brownie's caught up to the back of Scott, which will help Golden Brownie's fuel a little bit. He's been kind of on his own for the end part of the first stint, so he'll just sit behind while he's all going for the move on Scott. And there he goes, really have the power to keep ahead. Scott pulls in a slipstream and straight back past Golden Brownie. Coming into Scott just pulls in front of Golden Brownie into the braking zone. No harm, no foul. Move on, but it does drop Golden Brownie out of the slipstream from Scott, it seems, in that incident, but I'm sure Golden Brownie will catch back up to the back of Scott there. He's just happy to sit behind it, but he may try and go for a move to, when he loses that penalty, stay in everyone's slipstream for the rest of the lap. But let's see how that one unfolds. But Phil is still riding on the back of Midnight's exhaust, spitting flames at each other. He's probably doing what Brucey was doing at the beginning of the race, just sitting there waiting, biding his time. saving a bit of fuel. Jump back up to the front of the pack. Faithless Emo's absolutely rocketed away from P. Gibbs, so P. Gibbs must have had another incident potentially on this lap. He wasn't far behind the Faithless Emo, and now he's about 8 or 9 seconds. Oh, I thought Faithless Emo's coming into the pit there, which obviously he's taken a wider line over the first part of the 4 chicanes. Start there. End lap 9 and start lap 10. Just after 32 minutes of racing. Briefly there, just getting a little nasty, but Faithless Emo's fuel wear is nearly down to half. Brucey and P. Gibbs have just used under 3/4, so there's Faithless Emo using more fuel here, but he's pulling away, so will he be able to? It seems like these two potentially will try and make it a 2-stop race compared to Faithless. With using all that much fuel, he may end up making this a 3-stop race, unless he's expecting to go for a very long third stint on a set of potentially hard tyres, because I believe everyone started on the softs in his front 3. What he may be doing, but we'll see how that unfolds for the rest of the race. There's someone spinning, let's see if I can catch it. Looked like a McLaren back end, no. Could it have been Edwin there? Jumping balls. Oh, yep. Oh, same incident as what Kabuki had there. Luckily for the ghosting is on this game, because there could have caused a bit of carnage there, but that's dropped Stefan fighting with Kabuki in third in the GT Group 3 cars to now 6th. And I've just noticed, I don't know how long he's been gone, Surf Bob's not in the race. And if I remember correctly, it was PlayStation was telling him to put his PS4 disc in mid-race, which I don't understand why, but yeah, nearly been out for 2 years this game and still getting bugs, so we shall see what happens with that. But yeah, so Surfer's no longer in the race, obviously the same as Pilgrim. Brucey and P. Gibbs still nose to tail. Kept swapping positions a few times this race, but nothing seems to be splitting them up. Not even the fuel strategies, so they keep coming in at the same time. Staffy has caught up to Bazza and overtaken him, so probably would have happened this lap, I would say, going by the lap timer. There's a couple of seconds between them, and there's not far enough gap between the two racers at the moment, so probably just getting a better drive potentially onto the Mulsanne with the racing softs over Baz's racing hards. But it looks like it's jumping board. Oh, right at the moment. Group 3 cars are going side by side and coming up to the Mulsanne corner. I hope they've seen Staffy coming up behind. Obviously not far behind, so I can't see who this is until the lights are on. Midnight and Phil, so there Phil has got past Midnight at some point, but I believe that will become the racing mediums to the racing hards between them two. They stay to the left hand side and let Staffy pass, and they let Bazza past for Indianapolis. I think they will. No, Bazza just sticks behind, doesn't want to run any risks, and especially as these two are fighting, and Bazza doesn't want to make a accident between all three of them and they're in all their races. We're just going to wait here until the exit of Arnage. Whiz around the outside of them whilst they take their penalties. And nice driving there from Bell, nice and conservative. Sometimes what you've got to do, you've got to bite the bullet. You've lost, 3 or 4 seconds to staff you up ahead, but rather that than losing 20 seconds by causing an accident. And then a bit of a lonely race in the Group 1 category at the back, but still putting in some decent lap times. Obviously, maybe the car or the track's not suiting them too well, but obviously at night time is obviously a lot harder, as we did see him obviously run it very deep into the second chicane down the Mulsanne straight. Feels just keeping ahead of midnight at the moment. The Buki's there in third, all by himself. The scream of the Z4 Golden Brownie just behind him. With Scott not far behind Golden Brownie as well. And riding that curve quite a lot. As we're about halfway through the stint for the Group 3, let's run through the tyre wear. So we've got Phil on the mediums, Midnight on the hards. So a bit of a mix of strategy. Ibuki on the hards, Brownie on the mediums, Scott on the hards, Edwin on the hards, and Valtteri on the mediums. So there's quite a few of the Group 3s are on the harder tyre, which I'm quite surprised at. Obviously, just want to get that stint out of the way. So they all came in on lap 6 or midnight on lap 7. End of this lap, they can all change their tyres if wanted to a softer compound to give themselves a better chance of a bit more grip on the track. Just a bit out to see the liveries in the middle of the night. Obviously you only get the light from the track lights really, and obviously if you are behind the car you can see the back end of them, but when it gets back to the daytime, probably after about an hour of racing. We did start the race in the afternoon, similar to when the Le Mans 24 during the summer happens. So that's why the night came around fairly quickly within the first 20 minutes of the racing, so I expect it to be going till about 50 minutes to the hour. So it will be potentially the last stint of the race for these guys. Will be in the daylight. Looks like Midnight's decided to put a bit more headlight on, just to see exactly where Phil's going to be placing that car if he does go for a move, but I'm just sticking behind him for the moment. These three are having a couple of seconds between each other at the moment, second half or so. And Devlin's just obviously after that incident at the end of lap 8, I believe, he did spin it round in front of everyone. He's obviously just trying to fight his way back up to the back of these guys. And before he loses, you can see who's set the fastest time at the moment, 3:59.1. So Phil's with a 3:59.1 at the moment on lap 4. That is the fastest lap so far for the Group 3 boys. And obviously Focusino with that 25.0. Absolutely rapid pace. Let's jump back up to these boys. And Focusino must have had an incident, because he's really dropped back to P. Gibb and Brucey, which obviously these two have swapped places again. Brucey's dropped off a little bit, may have potentially had a bad lap or an incident at some stage during. Ooh, was it a little bit deep there? That's the thing with the night time, you just miss your braking point by 5 or 10 metres and you run it on wide. I'm sure with his fuel he's got more than he did, and a hell of a lot more than Faithless Emo, who is actually just about to serve a penalty. I don't think he's going to lose the position to P-Gib from this penalty. He's a bit too far ahead at the moment. It looks like P-Gib got a little bit power hungry there, trying to gain as much as possible up to the back of Faithless Emo, but it's probably the closest he's been for about 6 or 7 laps, mainly from the pit stop window that may have came in, and it looks like it's actually getting a bit lighter now. A bit wrong with the timings of the daytime or the morning sun. There seems to be left a bit of mist and dew in the air after the night. Jacob couldn't make any grounds up on Faithless Emo's penalty there. Staffy's about a quarter of a lap behind the front three, who are, after 42 minutes, still fairly close to each other. Buzz is obviously dropping off the back of Staffy, but tyre strategy is also playing a part into this. And Bowman's looks like he's making his way through the pack, or group 3 at the moment. Nicely fast spot there. At least you can now see where he is braking coming up to the second wall sign. As you can see, it's nicely stopped and powers back out again. Don't even have to look to see who's coming up to next. It sounded like Golden Brownie, and it surely is. I think it was a V10 in that Z4. Will he make the move? He is going for the move up the inside. It's just past, just in time. So it's compromised Golden Brownie a little bit, but nothing too bad. He's still probably just in the slipstream of Ibuki. Bowman is going through the pack. I'm just going to quick direct break. Now he's going to come up, serve that penalty, but will he get past midnight before? Oh, and Ibuki had a penalty, so it's meant that Golden Brownie's got past Ibuki now, so will he keep ahead of Ibuki coming through the bullshit curves? So jump on Ibuki and follow them through. Time to here, and Golden Brownie kicks the rule there. And this is the right hand that's going a bit wants to go on outside. This left hander is very tricky and run it a little bit wide. You do end up getting a penalty, but Scott's not too close behind at the moment. Big just picks up a half-second penalty from somewhere there, I'm not too sure from. They'll run very twitchy if the wheel ended up Z4. As we enter the halfway of the race, at the moment, go trackside, we have Faithless Emo in first, P-Gib not far behind it in second, Brucey in third, getting a bit sideways coming through there, it keeps it on the track, Staffy in fourth, Bazza in fifth, and Bowman in 6th. That's the top 6 for the Group 1s, and for the Group 3s we've got Phil in 1st. He's pulled out a bit of gap over Midnight at the moment. Midnight in 2nd, Golden Brownie in 3rd with a half-second penalty, the same as for Boogie in 4th. Spot's just struggling to keep up with them two at the moment in 5th. Edwin's not been able to catch up since that incident on end of lap 8 in 6th position, and Valtteri there making his way round in 7th of the Group 3s, but obviously he will still score points no matter where you finish in the race. Obviously there are point splits between the Group 1s and the Group 3s. It would be a bit unfair for the winner of the Group 3s to get very small points, so both winners from each league do both get 40 points. Oh, it's getting on the power too early there, Valtteri. We've got the camber to help, but there we go, he's off and running again. So it looks like Faithlessimo will be coming into the pit at the end of this lap with his fuel light flashing. So that will promote P-Gib and possibly Brucey. Yeah, Brucey's not too far behind, so he'll definitely drop down to 3rd. Whether Staffy, I think he is too far back, will take advantage of Faithlessimo's pit stop. But these two boys have got a quarter of a tank left. Faithlessimo's not enough run it dry. So unless Faithlessimo's been told by his strategies just to absolutely floor it and use everything you got, at the moment it doesn't seem to be working, but obviously Mr. like a Ferrari strategist, and he's got a plan. He thinks he's not going to worry too much about that half-second penalty, because, as I say, by the end of this lap, Faithlessimo will be coming into the pit. They are coming up to the back of the Group 3s again, so yeah, it's about right. It was 25 minutes the first time, it's now 50 minutes. I'm just catching to the back end of them again, so what we will do is jump on board with P-Gib at the end of this lap for a lap guide around the track. Bowman has come into the pit, he has no fuel left, and Paz has got just over a quarter of a tank, and Staffy, who came in on lap 8, has still got half a tank. When did Paz come in? At that time, so came in on lap 6, so okay, right, that's about 2 laps worth of fuel. But as I say, we'll jump on with P-Gib, I would jump on with Faithless, but he's coming to the pit, and I'm sure we don't want to watch everyone sitting in the pit for 40 seconds. It does show Emo will come into the pit. There we go, so let's jump on board with P-Gib as we cross the line. So we'll be coming past lap traffic as well. Make it rather interesting for this lap guide. So the first corner coming to the Dunlop chicane. Rise up to the back of the vehicle, probably spooked him a little bit there. Onto the Dunlop bridge and down the S as we come. Into the left, dives up to the inside of the vehicle. Camp left-hander. Cambered, sorry, camp. And a quick right-hand corner onto the Mulsanne straight. Comes up behind Scott and absolutely flies by Scott. And I just realised Buki has dropped off the back of Golden Brownie, so there must have been an incident with Buki there. To be a good 5 or 6 seconds he's dropped. With P-Gib make the move up the inside of Golden Brownie. He's got another half-second penalty, he will. The first chicane of the Mulsanne straight. So yeah, these straights, they are good because you can relax your arms a little bit, take a drink of water, or in Ricky J's case, grab a handful of nuts, in this race. He's in League 2 because there are 2 splits for these endurance races. Coming up to the second of this chicane on the Mulsanne straight. We're now coming up to the back of Midnight. It looks like Goosey has caught back up behind Pigib for the moment, so potentially pushing it to catch up before the pit window happens. Coming up to Mulsanne corner, a very heavy braking zone, down to second gear, 56 mile an hour. It's a very slow corner, but now on, can't remember the name of this straight, but we are coming up to Indy, Athens and Arnage, which is, we've got a very quick right hander into Indianapolis, which can be scary going to side by side. Another fairly heavy braking zone there, isn't it? This right hander here of Arnage is, I believe, the slowest corner on the track at 50 mile an hour. Very hard, it's a little bit off camber, so the car does want to just dive away to the left hand side into that kitty litter. He's just trying to keep that gap between him and Brucey, but keep up to the right hand at the beginning of the Porsche curves. Near enough flat out for these Group 1 cars. See the odd lift here and there, maybe a little dab of the brakes. And chuck it in left here. And wait for the downforce grip to help through right left there, up into the 4 chicanes to end the lap. It's not going to be a fastest lap of the race, but it's still a very respectful time of 3 minute 29.7. Thank you Pigib for the lap guide. I'll quickly run back through the pack to see if anything has happened. Brucey's still keeping Pigib honest in second place there. Simo's got to make his way through all the Group 3 cars here. He's only just got past Debrin, so he's still got, I believe, 5 of the Group 3 cars to make it past. Staffy there, just coming up to Porsche curves. And cars are coming up to Indianapolis and Arnage. And Bowman, looking at the track map, is making his way through, or has made his way through, the Group 3 cars. Looks like he has, because I believe Phil, yeah, he's just coming onto the Mulsanne straight, so Bowman has made his way through for at least second time. And Phil has pulled out a bit more of a gap over Midnight at the moment. These two are kind of running away after nearly 55 minutes of racing, with only, what, 35 to go. It could be a battle of these two to see who takes it, but Midnight, with that extra lap of fuel that he had, has absolutely burnt through it compared to Phil on this stint. Phil's not even flashing red and Midnight is, so unless Midnight took less fuel from the first pit stop, who knows. But Edwin is flashing red as well. The Golden Run is quite a long way off, but he has pitted. He's put half a tank in and racing hard, so he's going for the 3-stop strategy there. He's not going to make 35 minutes on half a tank of fuel. I can tell you that much. That'll probably be about 5 laps of fuel he's put on board. Staffy's coming up behind, so let Golden Brownie forward the second time. He'll absolutely fly by your Golden Brownie, try and get into his slipstream as he goes past. Yes, he does, but not really going to help at them speeds. And Scott has come to the pit. He's put on the racing mediums and filled it right up to the brim, every little drop he could. Same as for Dookie, both on racing mediums now, these two, so they could potentially be going for it till the end of the race, and unless they need a splash at the end of a lap or two, depending on how much fuel they use. Valtteri's just gone out of the pits. He's put on the racing hard tyres and a full tank of fuel, so he could potentially be doing the same as Scott and Kabuki there. But obviously he is on the slowest tyre of them all, so he may only want to do a couple of laps, or 3 laps required. But P-Gib and Brucey have now just come into the pit. So where is Faithless Emo? Just coming into the beginning of the Porsche curves. Made his way through the lapped traffic for a second time. Let's see, there's a sign in the middle of the track there. Not going to be off-putting at all unless there's a glitch in the game. They haven't started filling up yet, so... But Faithless has only put in a couple of laps of fuel. He's on the same as Golden Brownie, racing hard with only a couple of laps, so Faithless is going for the free stop. So he is going to be quite a long way ahead of Brucey and P-Gib. And they come out of the pit. It's going to go back up into first, and Midnight has now come into the pit, so here is the next of the Group 3 runners that feel flashing red will really be able to make it another lap, just coming up behind Brucey. Brucey's probably praising his pit team for getting him out just ahead, so he didn't have to slow up through the Dunlop chicane. But where will that put Midnight? Leave the rest of the pack. And Edwin has come in as well, so Golden Brownie will be the first to come through, but he did only use half fuel, so see how this strategy works out for him. Getting on the loud pedal early, and Midnight's filling up now, but I do believe Golden Brownie will get on the front. He's got 89% in Midnight. He hasn't put a full tank in for half an hour, so will he need to splash at the end of the race? We shall see, but Golden Brownie goes into second place. Midnight in third at the moment, but we do know that Golden Brownie has to pit. We do know that Phil will be pitting at the end of this lap. He's not going to be able to make another lap on that fuel. And Bazo comes in to get rid of his hard tyres. He's done about 10 laps on them. And, this will probably be the last pit stop for him for the rest of the race. It does mean Staffy, who has got 3/4 of a tank, I don't know if he'll be able to make it to the end of the race. He might need a splash at the end, but he's coming up to Scott and Fubuki. Absolutely flying past them two. It's a lovely livery on that one, Staffy. Quite clean, but I think it emulates the Alpine from the WEC of 2022. Very similar to that. Brucey and P-Gib now obviously in second and third after their pit stops. They are about 20 odd seconds behind Faithless, but Faithless Emo will be coming into the pit at the end of this lap. I'm not going to make another lap with that much fuel. So that will promote P-Gib and Brucey back into first and second of the race, and Brucey's looking very feisty here. Is he going to try and make a move into the start of the Porsche curves, or will he end up losing out because of the dirty air? Look at that. Let's see how much the dirty air costs Brucey there through the first part of Porsche curves. He went from about 0.1 of a second down to about half a second for a couple of corners. Faithless Emo into the pit, so we'll go back up to first and second for the time being. I'm sure they've worked it out so that they don't have to make a splash at the end of the race. They have both used the mandatory tyres required for the race, so they could, if they really wanted to, pit and put the softs on, try and get that fastest lap. And Piggy and Brucey having a little bit of a tussle there at the first chicane. Focusing on putting in fuel now, so he will be coming out in third place. Staffy won't be able to catch that much up in the short amount of time. Bazza there, a bit of a lonely race for Bazza and Bowman as well. Seems to be that the starting on the harder compound or tyre hasn't worked out too well. I do believe that trying to stay in the slipstream, especially around this track, is vital. So Phil into the pit, putting on a new pair of boots. Golden Brownie's still going around, so he's done his 2 laps. Or is it 3 laps now required? 3 laps now required. So he could have come in at the end of that lap, but he's chosen to go for another one. And the racing hard, but that's promoted Golden Brownie into first of the Group 3s. With Midnight only about 2 seconds or so behind him. But he is on the Mason mediums and a lot more fuel, so it will take him a bit longer to catch up. So I'm sure he's not too worried at the moment. It will come back to him. Phil there, a little bit on his own between Midnight and Scott. And Scott's pulled a little bit of a gap over the Buki behind, and Edwin has just pitted on that 14. He has dropped off pace a little bit since that incident that he had. Didn't seem too well there. I don't know if he picked up any damage, and that was it. He just couldn't get the car going properly again. About to be there. Getting blue flags from, didn't see who that was, Bowman. I'm sure Bowman will probably wait. Nope, Bowman absolutely sends it up the inside of Valtteri. Goes absolutely wide of the left hand kink. I'm sure Bowman would have picked up a penalty for that, and he sure did. It was a bit of a send, and quite a bit of a distance behind Bazza. Racing probably would have been the better of option. They wouldn't have got the penalty to show for it. But Pigib and Brucey aren't far behind Bowman. Really come up to lap him. Pigib with a half-second penalty, so if Brucey can stay that distance behind him, which these two probably only have had about 4 or 5 seconds between them the whole race so far, and after just over an hour of racing, they're separated by, well, that much, 0.1, 0.2 of a second, which really isn't much. So I reckon these two will be fighting till the end of the race. You can just see that Brucey's really struggling. Oh, looks like Brucey might have picked up a half-second penalty there. With struggles for going out wide. Yes, he does. But they are coming up to Valtteri to overtake him, I believe, for the 3rd time. He's filled right up. He's put racing mediums on, so he's done his 3 required and gone back to the mediums for the final stint of his race. I don't know. I can't read if Staffy's going to have enough fuel to make it or not. It's 24 minutes to go. Half a tank of fuel. It's going to be tight. But I do believe he's got enough space over in front of Bazza to make a cut-off. Midnight has got front of Golden Brownie. I believe Golden Brownie did have a penalty, so which, well, when doesn't Golden Brownie have a penalty at this track? It seems to be every lap at the moment. We jump onto him, but he goes around for another lap, so what was this lap for? This 13 would have been yeah, so yeah, this would be that's the end of lap 3 for Golden Brownie, so he has now done his 3 required on the hards with about a lap of fuel left in the tank. But Midnight will be quite happy to got in front of Golden Brownie. I feel they're getting blue flags from Bazza. He's making his way through the pack for, I believe, the second time. Does scare Phil a little bit coming down through the S's. Seem like he's not catching up, but Scott is definitely catching up to the back of Phil here. So this could be another battle till the end of the race for the last 22.5 minutes. And there is okay. Back up front. Peagibb and Brucey. Brucey obviously did have that half-second penalty, so kind of cancelled each other out between him and Peagibb. Seems to have absolutely nailed coming out of the Porsche curves up to the Ford chicane. They go side by side. Great racing action. And Brucey is up into... oh, and Brucey's binned it. What did Brucey do there? Let's have a look. Did he catch the red curb? Yeah, caught the red curb, sent him out wide. That's a shame. He just got into the first position. Picked up a half-second penalty for his troubles. He's going to have dirty tyres now coming up to the Dunlop chicane, so just got to be a bit careful. There we go, so he runs a little bit deep, dirt on the tyres. Time he gets probably onto the Moulton straight, they'll be clean again, but he's definitely lost 4 or 5 seconds to be given only a matter of corners. But really struggling to get that car around the track at the moment. Racing hard and being dirty is not going to be very nice for you. Faithless Emo 3:32 on his fast lap, which Brucey done 3:36 and Peagibb done a 3:34. So he is going quicker, he's catching, but will there be enough time to catch up? I would say, looking at lap times, he's about 40 seconds behind Brucey at the moment. I don't think there will be enough time for him to catch up. Staffy's probably about the same again behind Faithless Emo. Baz has obviously now made his way through the Group 3s and that sign's been taken down. So I must have been going wide to go around someone there. And will Golden Brownie this lap come into the pit? His fuel's flashing at him. Pit team just put enough fuel in for 4 laps, they don't want to put any more in. Just for the required, well, 1 extra lap required over the tyre stints. Let's see if he does come in. He should be darting right here. He does. Slams on his brakes, gets it stopped on left and right. So that promotes Phil up into 2nd position. He's on the medium tyre. He's about 5 seconds behind at the moment. So we shall see how much He gains over midnight. They're both on the same time. Oh, that's not going to make him, or help him gain time. It's going to only lose time. And now he's under attack from Scott. I do believe Scott will wait because that Viper is rapid down the straights. He'll probably overtake him coming up to the first chicane if he gets to the exit of this corner right. They both do, they both stay at in-track limits. They did drop a little bit of time there, I think probably due to the dirty air. Just have another swig of drink for the last 20 minutes of racing. To it, so Scott can't make any advantage of the slipstream down the straights at the moment. He's too far behind to do anything about Phil. Suzuki is only a couple of seconds behind Scott. And Golden Brown has come out behind Edwin at the moment. And we have lost Valtteri, I believe, and I did say near the beginning of the race, and we lost Pilgrim. There has been quite bad weather recently, and he had a, put into the chat afterwards that he had a power cut, so a bit unfortunate for Valtteri there, but he will still pick up points because he didn't disconnect himself. But will Golden Brown catch up to Evan. He's only about 2 seconds, 2-3 seconds behind at the moment. But now the sunlight has come out. Let's jump to the side camera and have a look at the liveries people are rocking for this race. Usually a nice pink and white alley. I believe it was NASCAR themed livery that he ran for this race. You see Faithless Emo and Baza, if you've noticed, are running both golf liveries. They're not for the same team. She just chose to use golf liveries. Staffy, as I said, looks like he's running the Alpine style livery. Baza's golf livery that he's running, and Bowman is just running pretty nice looking Audi livery there. Midnight running a blue with some, I'm guessing some Japanese game advertising on there. Phil running a NASCAR Meta Yellow inspired livery. Scott running just a nice black and going turquoise for that livery with big old MEC on the bonnet. Kabuki running pink, blue and white. Japanese girl on the side of that one. Edwin running for Team Texaco, and Golden Brownie with the old Barbie car. I'm sure you've got that song on your head. But here comes Piggy round the inside of Golden Brownie. He has caught up a little bit up to Edwin at the moment. I know we did have obviously Circle, Valtteri and Pilgrim. I remember Valtteri's being a Rexel livery, which was looking very nice. I cannot remember Surfers or Pilgrims too well because they weren't in the race for too long for me to remember. It seems like Piggy has just stretched out the lead over Brucey for the moment. Obviously, Brucey did have that incident at the end of, I believe, the last lap, maybe the lap before. They go around so quickly, these cars, it's hard to remember which lap it happened on, and obviously with two different kind of races going on, it's even harder to remember. But it looks like Bowman is now a lap down on the front two at least. They are coming back up to overtake the Group 3s for the third time, the front two. So they are absolutely flying. But let's have a look at the fuel. It looks like we've got 13 and a half minutes. Front three definitely have enough. Stuff, he's trying to eke it out. He's probably short shifting. He is short shifting there to make it to the end of the race. Still setting in some fairly quick lap times, even with the short shifting. One's a little bit deep there in the first Dunlop chicane. Plaza will have enough. Bowman? No, I don't think Bowman's going to have enough to make it, so he'll have to make another pit. Midnight has just under half. He's still keeping his distance ahead of Phil at the moment, so just fueling for that little bit less time over Phil has gave him that advantage, but Phil has more fuel to burn. And Scott's around the same as Midnight. They're both running just under half, or they're about 45% left in their tank. Kabuki's about the same. Edwin's on half, and Golden Brownie's on half, so leave out of everyone, only Bowman is the only one to pit in the last closing minutes of the race. This doesn't seem to be a close on-track battle at the moment. Everyone seems to be very well spaced out. See, just looking here. Actually, Brucey and P. Gibb are the two in the Group 1s that are the closest. There is still, I would say, 8-9 seconds between them. It's probably the furthest they've been apart for the whole race, which after an hour and 20 minutes is pretty remarkable. Yeah, and there's no one else really that close. So obviously being a lap down and probably only having another lap worth of fuel in the tank, he'll probably be coming in either this lap or the next. Let's have a look. He comes in this lap, so he's just going to put a couple of laps of fuel in. Fuel's coming up behind because they're getting waved blue flags. It's P. Gibb, I can just see at the top there of the screen. Buki makes a nice little dive up the inside of Scott there, and it's a lovely overtake there for Buki. Let's watch that one back again. Getting the blue flags waved at him, but Scott just runs out a tiny bit deep. Buki takes the inside line and makes it stick. As long as he can get this corner right and not go wide, which he does, should be up into third place of the Group 3s. Big of their flashing his lights, making his mark to the Group 3s to let him past. It's a lovely little overtake there from Kabuki, I must say. Golden Brownie's got past Edwin, and Edwin seems to have dropped off quite a bit there. I'm not sure why. Let's go back on that one. Does he lose it, or does Golden Brownie tap him? Golden Brownie's not too close to him at the moment. Oh, he goes deep again. Oh no, he's lost it before Golden Brownie's even got close to him, so not much Golden Brownie could do there to avoid the incident. But let's just jump back up to where we were. Get the camera I want. And there we go. So that has dropped everyone down to 6th position of the Group 3s, which isn't what he was hoping for. And such good pace at the beginning of the race. Really put money on him for potentially getting a podium, but his lap times have just faded over the race. Could just be fatigue, or could have just been the tyre strategy from his pit crew getting it wrong at the wrong times and just losing him time to the guys ahead of him. But Scott and Fabuki is still on a stern. Scott's not been able to do much since Fabuki got past in the S's of the track, but you can see there's 5 guys, sorry, all in a line, different classes. Obviously the Group 1's coming through the pack for the 3rd time. Brucey making his way through. Will he get past midnight for Indy and Arnage? I don't think he will, but will he get through past at Arnage? Probably too far behind. Looks like Brucey is going for it. Yeah, Brucey does. He was side by side. He was given racing room, so that's how the faster cars should be overtaken, and not with any dives on the inside or forcing the slower cars to go super wide and make any mistakes. But it has given Phil the opportunity to catch up to the back of Midnight here just by going that little bit wide and running on the marbles, even just through one corner. For Biggie and Scott still side by side. Golden Brownie has dropped off the back of these. Obviously that extra pit stop hasn't worked for him in this race, but we will jump on with Midnight for a lap in the Group 3 class just before the end of the race. Oh, and Phil's coming to the pit. I wonder why Phil is coming to the pit. Well, we'll have a look. He's on the mediums. I know he started on the softs, so has he missed doing the medium tyre, the hard tyre, sorry, for the race? And now coming into the Dunlop chicane here at the beginning of the lap. Lovely sounding V8 of this Mustang. Obviously, left-hand drive, it's American. What do you expect? DVS's. And the right-hander onto the north side straight. Keeps it within the white lines and have a look around the car. Very, very simple. But you don't need much for a race car. You need a loud pedal, brakes and gears. That's about it. On the first part of the north side straight. Probably braking about 125 metres. Throws it in. Gets back onto that loud pedal again. Do have blue flags. I'm not sure who for, so let's have a quick look. It looks like a Golf livery. I can't tell if it's Baza or Faithless Emo. Have a look. It looks like it's Faithless Emo. Yes, it is. He's got past Midnight for the second. Just braking about 100 metres for this corner. And that's when you chuck it in and then you stand back on the brakes after the little left kink. Midnight should have enough fuel to make it to the end of the race. He's got a quarter of a tank with only less than 5.5 minutes to go. Absolutely flown by this race with how close it's all been. Now into the Mulsanne corner, second slowest on the track. Boots it out of there up towards Indianapolis and Arnage. little right kink. Don't feel he's got. Fabuki obviously has been promoted up to second and third from Phil's pit stop, which we will have a look at, see what tyres he's put on. He has put the hard one. I don't know if he'll have enough, but it is the left-hander of Indy. There's enough time of the race to do the 3 required laps. There's the right hand of the slowest corners. 46 mile an hour, where we had 50 mile an hour for P-Gib earlier, so shows you how much slower they are around even the slowest corner of the track. Now we come up to the fast corners of the Porsche curbs, which you just got to put faith into the car that's just going to grip and pull you around. It's a lot slower in the Group 3s. Left-hander. Another right-hander that you just got faith into the car and chuck it into this left-hander. Ride the curves as much as you can, but not too much that you get a penalty riding over the white line. And then we just come up to the 4 chicanes for potentially the penultimate time. So Midnight might only have one more lap to go with the timing left. But once again, thank you Midnight for a lap of Le Mans in the Group 3 class. I'll quickly run through the standings at the moment, but P-Gib out in first place with Brucey not far behind, still keeping P-Gib honest, but has let that gap slip out a little bit, probably more than he wanted. Faithlessino has caught up with these guys. He was about 40 seconds, he's now, I would say, about 20 seconds behind, but still not had enough time to catch up. Staffy in 4th place, definitely fuel saving here. He's got probably to do, he's on his last lap, his fuel light flashing, so all he's got to do is just short shift it through, and Bazza there in 5th position, absolutely no rear left tyre, absolutely burnt through it. Pit crew won't be happy about that, but I'm sure Bazza doesn't care as long as he gets a 5th position. And Bowman there in 6th position of the Group 1s. Midnight, looks like everyone's on their last laps for the race, and is that someone in the wall? It is, it's Fabuki. What's happened for Fabuki here? Has he put the power down too early again off the curb? He has, and that's gone into the old barrier. Oh dear, now he's got stuck. Oh, that's just promoted Scott up into 2nd position, but will that mean that Phil and Golden will catch up? But let's put that aside. Scott into 2nd, Midnight still in 1st. That's given Midnight even bigger gap over 2nd position. So Fabuki down 3rd. Looks like he has got going again and should finish in front of Phil. But Phil is on the racing hard, so did Phil not do the racing hard for his 2nd stint? I can't remember, but he did have enough fuel to make it to the end, so I do believe that his pit crew have said that you didn't do your 3 laps, mate. Come in. We need to change your tyres. He's running 4th at the moment. And Golden Brownie running 5th, just trying to see if he can do anything about Phil. He is on a soft tyre, but obviously they are fairly worn at this stage of the race, with Phil being on the hards and brand new, but actually having no grip coming out the corners to get the power down, all going around them. And Edwin currently in P6. We are coming up to the last 30 seconds of the timer, so we'll jump to see if anyone. So P-Gib starts, which will be his final last lap of the race. Brucey has got across the line as well. Will Faithless Emo get across the line? That is the question. It looks like he will. The about 7 seconds to go. So he is hoping that either P-Gib or Brucey make a mistake on the final lap to get a higher podium position. And who is the first? It looks like it will be Midnight to come across the start-finish line first to start the 3-minute timer. That Gran Turismo 7 allows for the end of the race. So hopefully that Faithlessimo will make the line. Fuel lights flashing, he's not going to care about that. He's going to come across the last 2 corners and then across the line to finish the first of the MEC Group 3 League in the first position. And Scott's going to come home in 2nd position, and Fabuki, after the mistake on the first chicane of the Mulsanne, brings it home in 3rd position, and Phil and Golden Brownie coming home in 4th and 5th, it looks like. Unless Phil picks up a penalty, or no, Phil comes home in 4th, Golden Brownie, he picks up a penalty to finish the race, and Edwin will finish in 6th. Let's jump back to these guys. So Staffy finishes in 4th on fumes, and Bowman just ahead of him, finishing the race in 6th position. Bazza's going to be the next one to come across the line, so I'll watch Bazza till the line, because the front 3 have still got a fair bit to go of the lap. He absolutely cooked his tyre. Already boiled an egg on how hot that tyre is going to be. Oh, nice 5th position there by Bazza. So let's jump up to P-Gib, who's got his fuel light flashing, same as the other 2. Oh, and Faithlessimo, what have you been doing? Oh, spins it and gets it facing forward. Oh no, he doesn't get it facing forward. Oh dear me. Keep floating them rear tyres up, it's not going to make you go forward. That's just lost any hope of getting this extra lap over the 3 behind to do anything for the 2 up front, if they did make a mistake, because Faith just made the mistake himself trying to catch up to P-Gib and Brucey. We'll stay with P-Gib till the line to see if he can win the first race for the Group 1 class. There will be a endurance race around every month of the MRC. The next one is at the Nürburgring GP in Group 2 and Group 4 cars. So I will be doing the commentary for that race. And P-Gib comes across the line in 1st position. Brucey celebrates coming home in 2nd place there. And Faithlessimo hopefully has got enough time to cross the line, we shall see. As I was saying, obviously we have got the 2nd round around the Nürburgring. I do believe the weather is mixed, so we could see some wet weather there. But obviously if you want to drop a like, maybe subscribe, doesn't hurt, it's free. Obviously then when I next do the next commentary for either the MEC or any other leagues, you'll get a notification. And Faithlessimo comes across the line to finish 3rd in the race. Right, that will do me for today, and I shall hopefully see you at the next one. Thank you. Goodbye.